mothers in the house, happy Mother's Day. Let us remember to thank our mothers for nurturing and guiding us throughout our lives. With all the mothers in the house, please stand. The Commencement Exercises at Hampton University is truly a joyous occasion. I know that everyone here is excited about the achievements of our graduates. However, in the rich Hampton tradition, today's ceremony, perhaps unlike some others, is to be conducted with respect and dignity. In that regard, we ask all cell phones to be turned off. Please, thank you for your cooperation. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, administration, faculty, and graduating seniors, I welcome you joyously to the 152nd Annual Commencement at Hampton University. In honor of the graduating class of 2022, I pay tribute today to your many achievements and extend to you our very best wishes as you continue your quest in personal and professional fulfillment. I also, as I did on Friday evening at the senior banquet, I also extend to each of you my most sincere congratulations. Those of you celebrating this event with us bring honor to the members of the graduating class. Therefore, in addition to my greeting, I'd like to add my thanks to those of you who are sharing this significant occasion with us. I want to recognize some of the people on the dais and in the audience. Beginning at my far right, Mr. Omar Dickinson, Director of University Choirs. Hold your applause until all have been introduced. Ms. Gina Pimbleton, President of the National Hampton Alumni Association, Incorporated. President Paul Tribble, who will be fully introduced later in the program. The Honorable John Charles Thomas, who will be fully introduced later in the program. Dr. Joanne Haysbert, our Chancellor and Provost. Mr. Tom Hasty, Alumnus at Large Award. Ms. Christina Jones, 20-year Alumnus Award. Deshaun Lewis, Valedictorian. Reverend Deborah Higgins, our chaplain. Now, on a point of personal pleasure, I want to recognize, I'm going to ask her to stand, my wonderful dear wife of 55 years, Ms. Harvey. Also with us is someone that has been very supportive of Hampton and our community, Congressman Bobby Scott. I know that Mayor Donnie Tuck is here. I don't know if he's gotten in yet, but he has always been supportive of us. So Mayor Donnie Tuck. Now I'm going to ask all elected officials just to please stand for a second. All elected officials. Okay, very good. Thank you. I would also like to give special recognition to the parents of the graduating seniors who are here to witness. I know that you are here with pride and joy, so all parents of graduating seniors, please stand. believe in family. So I'm going to ask all grandparents and great-grandparents to stand.
Graduated from this outstanding place 50 years ago. With all of those graduates, please stand. There you go. And you know, in 1971, there were some incidents on campus. The president closed the campus. 1981, I invited all the graduates back, but some of them are here now. 1980, 71, 80, 71, 72, and 70. If you're here, please stand. Now, let me tell you, and show you what kind of love our alums have for Hampton. Those graduates who finished over 50 years ago, please stand. You know, yesterday at the 50-year brunch, we recognized a special group of young men. They won the baseball championship in 1971, and for whatever reason, the conference, the CIAA, the community did not recognize them. So our athletics director, Mr. Marshall, and I invited them back, and we present them with a banner that's going to hang on the wall. And I want, if they are present, anyone from that 1971 baseball championship team, if you're present, please stand. I want to tell you how I feel about a certain group as well. To me, the greatest measure of any educational facility is its faculty. And in my judgment, and I've been around, I've served on the faculty and administrated at Harvard, Tuskegee, and Fisk. But in my judgment, Hampton's faculty is comprised of the most talented and dedicated researchers and scholars to be found at any college, anywhere. Will the faculty please stand? Please. You to know that faculty, that this may be my last commencement as president, but I'm going to still push you all to get some of those major grants here at this place, okay? Now, Hampton provides its students with an education for life. The knowledge and skills gained during their tenure at the university has enlightened and prepared them to be creatures of original ideas, champions of change, and conquerors of new territories in liberal arts and education, math, science, politics, and technology. You, the graduating class of 2022, will be instrumental in moving our nation and our world forward. The years ahead, they hold many challenges for all institutions of higher education. But all indicators point to the continued prosperity of Hampton as a major entity in that enterprise. Because of the class of 2022, our faculty, alumni, friends, and supporters who have a strong commitment to excellence. This university will continue to move with boldness toward the 21st century and beyond. So many wonderful
things have occurred and continue to occur during the last 44 years, until I have coined a phrase. I talked to you, class, about that in Friday night. I talked to the alumni about that last night. That phrase says that because of all of these wonderful things that are going on here at Hampton, we are clearly the standard of excellence, but we are also one of the wonders of the world. Okay? One of the wonders of the world. Now, people can talk, and that happens a lot. But why do I say that? I can back it up. During those 4 decades, we have introduced some 92 new degree-granting programs, including 12 doctorates, 30 new structures, not including the 14 at Hampton Harbor Apartments, and so forth, have been constructed. The Hampton University Proton Beam Cancer Treatment Center is the largest in the world. And it is treating prostate, breast, lung, ocular, pediatrics, spine, head, neck, and brain cancers. And I want to tell you, we are easing human misery and saving lives. And for those of you who may not know, cancer is the #1 killer in Virginia. Cancer now. And your alma mater is doing something about that. We also have a giant antenna that can detect storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, up to 2,000 miles away. Our museum is a treasure. We have over 10,000 objects in the museum, and it is the oldest African-American museum in the entire United States of America. We have a university archives, which has over 50,000 pictures and in excess of 8 million documents on American education, educational philosophy, political activities, labor, business, and international issues. Even as we speak right this minute, we've got 4 satellites that are orbiting the Earth. Do you know any other institution in this region that has that? The answer is no. Now, and the fact is that when we came here some 44 years ago, our endowment was 29 million. You know what it is now? Over 400 million. Okay? You know, when you talk about some of the wonderful things that are going on, sometimes some of us may overlook things such as our co-ed sailing team or our equestrian center. Think also of the Musical Arts Society and our choir. Think about our marching band that just a couple of years ago performed in front of the Pope in Rome, and last year participated in the Macy's annual Thanksgiving Day parade. Now, we must never forget our outstanding students who, in addition to learning, are receiving prestigious national scholarship awards. These include Fulbright, the Gilman, and Schwarzman Award. Our faculty that I asked to stand earlier, in addition to teaching, are authoring books, articles in referee journals, and securing 7-figure grants. Marvelous faculty. Thank you. Marvelous. Just absolutely marvelous. Now, hopefully, all of you can see, with all of those things I said and more, why I call Hampton one of the wonders of the world. And you graduates should be exceedingly proud to say that you are Hamptonians. Now I'm going to ask the entire audience to stand, and Reverend Higgins will come up for the invocation. Reverend Higgins.
Please bow with me for the invocation. Do not forsake wisdom, and she will protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you. Wisdom is supreme, therefore get wisdom. Though it cost you everything, get understanding. Our Father and our God, we are forever grateful to you for the protective covering of wisdom, the great shield of understanding, and the sharpened sword of knowledge. We offer this commencement exercise to you as a public ceremonial display of our love, gratitude, tenacity, and persistence through dangerous, deadly, perilous, and uncertain times. We humbly offer this commencement as future hopes have become present realities. What was just a few years ago a distant dream is now chiseled in our hearts to be remembered in perpetuity. We offer back to you this cloudy, rainy, blessed day, offering this celebratory invocation to you because we did not throw away our confidence in you in the worst of times. Class of 2022, you are the living witnesses, the modern-day griots who will tell the story of graduating in pandemic times. You triumphed against all odds. You persisted amidst shutdowns, lockdowns, masks, temperature checks, and virtual learning. You didn't give up as social media had to make room at the table for social distancing. You are here because God was with you. And so, Father, receive this commencement ceremony with our extreme gratitude as it is praise and thanksgiving, honor and glory for bringing us over and seeing us through. Thank you for your many blessings. Thank you for your ever-abiding presence in our life, in our world, and on this campus. We pray this prayer in the name of all that is holy, that is righteous, and good. Amen.
For me, this is also a special part of our program, and that is recognizing outstanding alumni. Recommendations for these awards come from a variety of sources, with a selection made by the university's administrative council. And at this time, I have the distinct pleasure of presenting an award to a 2002 graduate for distinguished service to her profession, to her community, and to Hampton University. Ms. Christina Jones, will you please join me at the podium? Ms. Christina Jones, you earned the Bachelor of Arts degree in Mass Media Arts Broadcasting from Hampton University. Currently, you serve as the president of MSNBC. You have award-winning journalists, in-depth analysis, and informed perspective. In this role, you are responsible for oversight of all programming, editorial edits, business development, and technical operations. Prior to taking on the job as president of MSNBC, you served as senior vice president, NBC News and MSNBC, leading MSNBC dayside and weekend news programming. You won an Emmy for strategic coverage of the Supreme Court's decision on same-sex marriage in 2016, and executive produced the most watched Democratic presidential debate in history during the 2020 election cycle. Before joining MSNBC, you were the news director for the NBC affiliate in Columbia, South Carolina, where you rebuilt and rebranded the news team to focus on deep investigative reporting. You also served as director of live programming on the Weather Channel, leading coverage and content for some of the network's most historic weather events, including Hurricane Katrina, mass tornado outbreaks, and devastating snowstorms. Passionate about journalism, you were inducted in the Hampton University Scripps Howard Journalism Hall of Fame, an honor acknowledging your outstanding work in the journalism industry. Ms. Jones, you are an inspiration to many. Hampton University is proud of you, proud of your accomplishments, and appreciative of your commitment to your profession and to your home by the sea. Therefore, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, students, administrators, and your fellow alumni, it really is with a great deal of profound respect and admiration that I present to you the 2022 20-year Alumnus Award. Congratulations. Mr. Tom Hayes, would you please join me at the podium? Mr. Thomas Hayes, third, you earned the Bachelor of Science degree in Management from Hampton University. Currently, you serve as Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Regulatory Risk Officer at Town Bank, headquartered in Suffolk, Virginia. Prior to assuming this role, you served as Senior Vice President and Regional Corporate Banker with BB&T of Virginia. You've also had roles at Commerce Bank and Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Committed to your service, you are a member of several boards, including the Urban League, Hampton, Chesapeake Bay Academy, United Way. You've also been appointed by several governors to the Virginia Resource Authority, and you currently serve as its chairman. Passionate about health and wellness, you've been named as the 2022 Chair of the Heart of Hampton Roads Heart and Stroke Ball, and will serve as the first African-American chair of that campaign. An avid supporter of Hampton. You are a member of Booster Club and the Nation Advisory Council. You have served as a treasurer for the class of 1977 for several decades. In this role, you have provided guidance on financial matters and fundraising efforts pertaining to the class and their involvement in giving. Thank you. Mr. Hayes, you are an inspiration to many. Hampton University is proud of your accomplishments and appreciative of your commitment, including your personal contributions to this community. So therefore, on behalf of the board, faculty, staff, students, administrators, and your fellow alumni, it is with great respect and admiration that I present to you the 2022 Outstanding Alumnus at Large Award. Congratulations. Now, there are so many highlights in this program. And at this point, it's my pleasure to recognize the graduating seniors with the two highest grade point averages. At Hampton University, the standards of academic excellence is paramount, and we take advantage of every opportunity to acknowledge it. And certainly no occasion is more fitting than this one. These seniors, whom I'm about to present to you, have indeed carried the standard to its pinnacle, and therefore are deserving of our collective congratulations and adoration. The salutatorian of the class of 2022, with the second highest grade point average, is Talia Doja. Talia, will you please stand? Is a communication science and disorders major from Fresno, Texas. She graduates with a great grade point average of 4.725. You know, I made a mistake. Please forgive me. She only has a grade point average of 4.047. I also made a mistake to say where she was from, because she's not from Texas, she's from Virginia. Please excuse me, I apologize, because you are so wonderful, and I thank you and your parents and everything that you stand for. My pleasure. Now, let me see if I can get this right. I am pleased to present to you the valedictorian, and that person is Tarshayla Lewis. Tarshayla is the Communicating Science and Disorders major from Fresco, Texas. Now, and she's the one that graduated with a 4.725. I want to congratulate you. And you know, one of the things that I always teach everybody, my colleagues, my administrators, my family, everybody, when you make a mistake, admit it, correct it, and move on. So I'm going to thank you. Well, how in the world can I forget somebody that had a 4.7 grade point? Okay. Now, each year for the last 3 decades, students and faculty at Hampton have nominated a distinguished faculty member for a teaching award. That award is the Edward L. Ham Senior Distinguished Teaching Award. And the award recognizes faculty who consistently attain the lofty heights of teaching excellence by extending their instruction beyond the classroom into the activities of their students' work. And in doing so, inspire in them a zest for learning and a commitment to excellence. The recipient of the Edward L. Ham Senior Distinguished Teaching Award for 21-22 is Dr. G. Muhammad. Please stand. Congratulations, my dear. You're clearly one of the best. Thank you. Now, there will be a monetary reward of $500 following this, and she will get that to use at her discretion. Okay.
Good morning. Our soloist this morning is a 2009 Hampton University graduate, soprano Miss Amber Garrett.
To the class of 2022, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is a special and distinct honor during this commencement program to introduce the speaker for today, the President and Chief Executive Officer of Hampton University. While it is somewhat unthinkable that anyone could summarize our speaker's matchless career and 48 years of service to higher education in the time that's been allotted me today, I will, by way of introduction, acquaint you with the living legend behind the legacy, the man behind Hampton University's greatness, and highlight what will be recorded in the history books tomorrow. From the beginning in 1978 to the present time, our speaker has delivered and greatly surpassed the contributions he visualized in his inaugural address, where he vowed to run Hampton University like a business with educational purposes. He's often described with an array of prose that rightly wove a tapestry of his character, his vision, his accomplishments, his style, his position, and his good fortune. All of which revealed our speaker to be a wise master builder. With singleness of purpose and determination undergirded with a true sense of commitment, history will record that his masterful vision is far-reaching and provided an unparalleled opportunity for 17 of his administrative team to work with him, to learn from him, and to move on to become leaders of their own institutions. History will record that our speaker is among the most forward-thinking entrepreneurial academicians of our time, a wise master builder whose strategic approach to management incorporates attracting the best and brightest students, teamwork, a performance-based recognition and reward system for faculty and staff, a technology-based focus on the knowledge paradigm, and a re-engineered educational program to embrace globalization and move the university into a research-intensive institution. History will record our speaker as a dreamer who thought of things not as if they were, and led his community of scholars to dream no small dreams, resulting, as you heard earlier, in 30 new buildings, 92 new programs to improve doctoral programs, creating a pathway for students to move from the classroom to the boardroom, and building the largest freestanding Proton institute in the world. History will record his recognition of faculty and staff achievements with the naming of the Freddie T. Davy Honors College, the Greer Dawson Wilson Student Leadership Program, and placement of iconic figures of employees and distinguished alumni in Legacy Park. History will record his fiscal conservatism, which resulted in a 44-year balancing of the institution's budget, while increasing the endowment from 29 million to over 400 million. History will record that our speaker's vision forged links between the world of practical development and that of academic imaginative dreams, business finesse, and creative genius. History will record our speaker today is a wise master builder who leaves behind a clear record of results, one who listened and learned from his father that you can only be inferior at your own consent, and was taught by his mother the value of treating others with respect. A true Hamptonian, a statesman who dedicated 44 years of his life to the growth and development of Hampton University. History will record him as the GOAT, the greatest of all times. Please join me in recognition of our speaker, Dr. William R. Harvey, Mr. President.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Haysbert. Many of you, including the graduating class, have heard me talk very often about my team, and that the team is the dream. And as the number 2 officer here, I want to thank her, along with other members of my team, because I do believe, and you have heard me say it, you'll hear me say it again, that collective competence is better than individual competence any day. So I want to thank her, and I want to thank the team. Graduating class, over 50 years ago, I was right where you are this morning. Admittedly, the world and the nation, as you know them, were different in that era. Guess what? Gasoline cost about 30 cents a gallon. The cost of a new home was about $15,000 or $16,000. A McDonald's hamburger cost about 20 cents. And woke was something you were after a good night's sleep. We marched and protested with Dr. Martin Luther King. During that time, there was abject racism, and the fact is that African Americans couldn't go to certain restaurants, couldn't go to certain hotels. So there were homes all over the South where civil rights leaders, including my father, would go. And that's how I got to know Dr. Martin Luther King. The fact is that my father allowed me to sit in on those meetings, usually on the weekend, with the proviso that I not say a word. I couldn't ask a question, and I couldn't make a comment. And I want to tell you something. You know, back then, if your daddy told you don't do that, you didn't do it. You know, they didn't tell you to go stand in the corner. They did something else to you. But guess what? Guess what? Not only did I hear about current progress, and frustrations, and failures before it appeared on the 3 TV networks and the newspapers, but we heard about those. Those things, and the fact is that it was an enlightening kind of thing for us to sleep. So I thank him for that as well. I became a 16-year-old college freshman at Talladega College in Talladega, Alabama. And 4 years later, I sat where you're sitting right now. I was graduating from that wonderful institution, Talladega College, filled with the confidence that my professors and mentors had instilled in me over my entire education. educational journey, I was ready to step out from the safety of the environment that my parents and teachers had created for me. Now, it is time for you to step out. Today's ceremony is a culmination of your academic achievement at Hampton. I applaud you for your obvious achievement, but also for overcoming societal pressures, which in many instances criticize your pursuit of excellence. Unfortunately, we live in a time when there are some who try to tell you not to excel. When one does perform in a superior manner, as you are doing, they often charge you with being elite and trying to be different. Their own inequities and promoting filth in mind and body. The 19th philosophy teaches that good is evil, black is white, right is wrong, and established values are not important. I want you to know that you should not bow down to that kind of junk, because a number of the old values are worth keeping, and scholastic achievement is clearly one of them. You have achieved academic excellence, but please don't stop there. I encourage you to pursue excellence in all areas. This means not practicing or accepting mediocrity in anything that you endeavor to undertake. Pursue excellence. Pursue excellence in a tasteful and fulfilling use of leisure. Pursue it in a creative expression of individual fulfillment, as well as for the sake of your culture. Pursue it until it becomes natural to have the inclination for a better Hampton, a better nation, and a better world. Pursuing excellence requires courage today. It also requires harnessing intelligence to solve the problems of the times that affect everyone personally in some way. That's right, the problems of homelessness in our cities, global warming, the war in Ukraine, black-on-black crime, drug use in our community, police brutality, and racism affect each of us. You may not be able to see it right away, but each of these things affect you. These are real problems that require real solutions. You cannot solve these kinds of problems by directing your energy at shallow issues or pretending they don't exist in your life. You must find the courage to refuse to lead or follow shallow issues or shallow people. Too much is at stake. Pursue excellence in all things, and do it with the character traits of honesty, integrity, respect for yourselves, respect for others, trust, skill, unity, discipline, and gratitude. And now, during this commencement exercise, you must pause for intermission between the end of 4 more years of academic study and the beginning of a lifetime act on the stage of life. You should use this moment of intermission as a moment of rest. Rest from the challenges of the past and a time of reflection and preparation for the demands of the future. When the curtain rises on the act which is to follow this day, you will discover that your stage is no longer this glorious institution. Yours shall become the world stage, and it is how you perform on that stage that you shall ultimately be judged. When the curtain rises on the act that is to follow this day, not only will the stage, cast, and the crew be larger, but you will also discover that the audience members, the target of your performance, shall also be very different. At Hampton, the primary academic
was to master a subject, be that business, natural social sciences, or some other discipline. Now you must rely on your faith in the power of your own attention and your determination to carry out strategies of self-help to gain self-sufficiency and economic independence. When the curtain rises on the act that is to follow this day, I do not want you to cast yourselves in the role of permanent followers. I want you to be leaders. I don't want you to be forever content to be an employee. I want you to be the employer. I do not want you to. I do not want you to settle for merely representing the firm or corporation. I want you to own the firm or the corporation. And when the curtain rises on the act that is to follow this day, you will also discover that your performance may require a new set of values. During the last 4-year act, some of you may have limited your value, what you wanted, to a trip, a car, an apartment, a piece of jewelry, an occasional game to balance that scene. But on this new larger stage, you will be forced to value the material objects. You shall be forced to value them. You will be forced to value good health, family, honesty, decency, integrity, and other non-material things. Hopefully you will come to discover that self-fulfillment does not reside in the immediate gratification of the appetite, nor in the extensiveness of material holdings. For whatever satisfies the appetite for the moment may well repeal it the next moment. You will discover, whether it's in your personal lives or professional lives, that passion wanes, money is bargained away, cars and houses erode, and some jewelry lose their good. You will discover that really and truly the only fulfillment worth valuing is that which emanates in your faith in the power which is larger than yourselves. From the gratification of having reached the outer limits of your intellectual potential, from the satisfaction of a job well done, and from the knowledge that you have been of service to humankind. Perhaps more importantly than any of the other changes in this drama, when the curtain rises on the act which is to follow this day, you will find that your roles have changed. You will not only be the stars and starlets of the production which is to follow, but rather you will assume the roles of producers and directors, leaders, if you will, of the new stars and starlets of the next generation. The notion that the future of our nation and indeed our world now depends on you may seem to be nothing really but an old cliche, and that may well be. But when the curtain rises for the act which follows, you will discover an inescapable truth. Like it or not, you will indeed be in charge. All you gotta do is look on the stage. When Christina Jones was here, how did she know she's going to be president of MSNBC? She had to work hard for it. You have to work hard for what you get. Don't expect people to give you anything. Okay? You will no longer be able to cite today's parents, teachers, and others for the source of your unease, societal ills, and your personal shortcomings. You will be the educators. You will stand on this stage and be the college presidents. You will be the corporate heads. And you will be the politicians. As such, you will decide if we will continue to tolerate drugs and crime, hunger and suffering, injustice and inequality in the world. You will decide the nature of our moral and ethical revolution. You will decide whether we as a nation will resolve our differences through reason and informed dialogue and dissent, or whether we will be content to live in perpetuity with the way it is now. The left thinks they're right, the right thinks they're right, in my judgment, and many others both are wrong. You can decide that. You can decide that. And yes, you will decide the ultimate question. Shall we obliterate mankind with nuclear weapons? Or shall we live together in this world in harmony and peace? And this, graduating seniors, is the ultimate drama in which you shall participate. During the course of the next act in this drama on life, what you will ultimately discover is the play was not really a play at all. Rather, it was the real thing, real life, real people, real challenges, real actions with real consequences. There, from your position as producers and directors, leaders, presidents in this real life, make certain that you continue to prepare yourselves. Make certain that you continue to grow personally and intellectually. Learning should never be a static thing. It should continue throughout your entire lives. Open new doors, evoking new insights, expanding your horizons, and continually creating opportunities for good. Be mindful, young people, of the choices that you make. Make certain that the line cues that you give, the stage direction that you map out, and the examples that you set shall be born of an informed intellect, a moral sensibility, and a firm commitment to the preservation of our communities, our colleges, our organizations, our nation, our world, and you yourselves. Don't get tied in with the bad boys and bad girls. Say no to that. Say no to that. It may not feel good at the moment, but I promise you, later on it will. And as you depart here into university, I challenge you, each in your own way, to allow your academic experience here to serve as a foundation for you building a very productive career. Allow your social interactions with faculty, staff, and administrators to guide you as you interact with individuals in the workplace and in society. And allow the university's commitment to you to be a model for your commitment back to yourselves, your family, your community, and your alma mater. It is my earnest desire that you live richly, satisfying personal lives, filled with love, filled with laughter, to find ways to make your community a better place for yourselves, your family, and your neighbors, and to grow and continue to learn for the rest of your lives. Remember, you are conquerors, and you have the courage and the strength to overcome every single obstacle set before you. Graduates, each of you has successfully completed multi-years of vigorous training. The regalia you are wearing, the traditions you observe, attest to your proven readiness for success. You have done well. Now, you have a different job to do. You have a different job to do. Why do I say that? Because I've experienced it firsthand. The greatest picture has not been painted. The greatest book has not been written. The greatest song is yet unsung. There's a job for you, graduating class of 2022, in every single occupation known to man. It is your responsibility to make something happen. So my charge to you, our cherished graduates, is to see the horizon, not as a limit, but as an invitation. The torch has been passed to you with expectations that you will hold it higher and carry it farther than those who walked before you. My solemn hope and greatest wish as you depart our home by the sea is that you do for the world what your alma mater has done for you. Impart knowledge, share wisdom, nurture and guide, and maintain the highest values and ethical standards. I urge you to do several other things. Pay yourself first. Save something from every single paycheck. buys some property, it appreciates. That new car will not. It will depreciate when you drive it out of the showroom. To me, two of the greatest evils in our society are racism and drugs. Fight racism every time it raises its ugly head. I want you to applaud this as well. Stay away from drugs and drug dealers. Because if they do not destroy your life, they will make it miserable. Remember always to support your alma mater with your resources, with your positive words, and with your prayers. I want you to say to yourselves, I will support Hampton University. I will support with my words, my deeds, and my treasure. And as you leave this place, one of the wonders of the world, remember, you're responsible for sustaining the legacy of this massive Hampton empire. So I charge you, members of Quintessence 11, class of 2022, to don your shields of power, don your shields of strength, don your shield of unity. Be positive role models. Be leaders in your respective fields. In other words, be somebody. I congratulate you on what you've achieved, and I rejoice, for I truly believe that the world will be made better because of the Hampton University class of 2022. The world is waiting with you. Serve it and Hampton well. Now, let's get on with it.
To our President and Commencement Speaker, Dr. William R. Harvey, distinguished members of the dais, faculty, staff, family, friends, and especially the graduating class of 2022, Commencement 11, good morning. My name is Darshayla Lewis, a Communicative Sciences and Disorders major, Spanish minor from Houston, Texas. And today, I have the distinct honor and pleasure to stand before you as your class valedictorian. First, I must give all the glory and honor to God for guiding me these last 4 years. Even when I strayed away, He continued to keep me and remind me of His eternal presence in my life. Second, I must give thanks and appreciation to my parents, extended family, the Turks Aquarian Dance Company, the student recruitment team, and my CS80 family. Thank you all for uplifting me and supporting my development into the young woman standing before you today. On behalf of my entire class, I extend our sincerest gratitude to our loving parents, supportive faculty and staff, and all those who have contributed to our success. To you, Quintessence 11, let me start off by expressing how incredibly proud I am of our class. Our unique Hampton experience began with a mysterious Category 4 hurricane, known as Hurricane. But fortunately, upon return, our adventures were able to officially begin. Our stories were practically writing themselves until the unimaginable happened. We were sent home, stripped of the independence and social interaction vital to the college experience. It was difficult, but we persevered and returned to our home by the sea, excited to make our last year our best one yet. We were back to the hustle and bustle of planning events, balancing coursework and social life, and reviving the Hampton spirit. If you haven't already, I urge you to take the time to reflect on how much these relationships have transformed you mentally and emotionally. These moments have shaped us into so much more than young professionals. We are change makers, innovators, movement leaders, forces to be reckoned with. For some of us, our future includes service to our nation's military or entrepreneurship. For others, graduate school or the workforce. But regardless of what lies ahead, remember to prioritize your peace, celebrate your wins, no matter how big or small, and learn from your losses to better prepare those following in our footsteps. Jeremiah 29:11 says it best. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future. Be grateful, be gracious, and know that you are limitless. Thank you.
public service. Recipients' contributions can be made in a number of areas: the arts, the humanities, the social sciences, the natural sciences, in government, in public service, or for the benefit of humankind. Today, 2 individuals will be recognized. The honorary degrees will now be conferred, and I'm going to ask our Chancellor and Provost, Dr. Haysbert, to please join me at the podium. I'm also going to ask the Honorable Judge John Charles Thomas to join me, please. The degree of Doctor of Laws is awarded to individuals who have made a substantial contribution in the realm of public service. Judge Thomas, you were the first African American to sit on the state Supreme Court. You have far surpassed this minimum requirement. I've had the distinct pleasure of knowing you for a very long time. And in everything that you do, it really is excellent. So in light of your contributions to public service and your dedicated service to others, it is my pleasure now to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you so much. First, let me say Happy Mother's Day, including to my wife Pearl, who's with me here. And then let me say congratulations to the graduates at this pivot point in your lives. Also, let me say greetings to my fellow degree recipient, Senator Paul Triple, and to the other honorees from alumni and faculty and the student body. It is my resounding honor to be included in the Hampton family. For nearly 100 continuous years, my family, the Sears family of Norfolk, and my family, the Walden family of Suffolk, have been coming to Hampton. I was able to sing the alma mater when I was 4 years old back in 1954. And so it's a great joy to wear the blue and the white of Hampton. But let me say too that I can't stand here in this moment of joy and happiness without reflecting upon the marvelous career of our Dr. Bill Harvey and his wife, the First Lady, Norma Harvey, who've done so much here at Hampton University. They have come here and they have built on Hampton's past to prepare Hampton for the future. And the poet in me tells me that I can't sit down without thinking about Longfellow sitting almost 200 years ago writing his poem, The Builders. And although he was writing before he knew of Dr. Bill Harvey, he must have known that 200 or so years later, this man was going to show up and be a builder. And this is what Longfellow wrote. He said, all are architects of fate, working in these walls of time, some with massive deeds and great, some with ornaments of rhyme. Nothing useless is our load. Each thing in its place is best, and what seems but idle show strengthens and supports the rest. For the structure that we raise, time is with materials filled. Our todays and yesterdays are the blocks with which we build. Truly shape and fashion these, leave no yawning gaps between. Think not because no one sees that such things shall remain unseen. In the elder days of art, builders wrought with greatest care each minute and unseen parts, for the gods see everywhere. Let us do our work as well, both the unseen and the seen. Make the house where God's may dwell beautiful, entire, and clean, lest our lives are incomplete, standing in these walls of time, broken stairways where the feet stumble as they seek to climb. Build today then strong and sure on a firm and ample base, and ascending and secure shall tomorrow find its place. Thus alone can we attain to those territories where the eye sees the world as one vast plain and one boundless reach of sky. We thank Dr. Bill for the building that he's done, and we charge you to be builders, all of you, from now on. God bless.
You see why I like to be around him? Because he has demonstrated that kind of passion, eloquence, and intellect every time that we are around him. Thank you so very much. Now, we're also going to award an honorary doctorate to President Paul Tribble. Would you please join me in the podium? Again, we're going to award the Doctor of Laws to the Honorable Paul Tribble for so many things that he has done. I want you to know that when I first met Paul, President Tribble, when he was running for Congress, he won that race. He then ran for Senate and he won that race. And then he became president of Christopher Newport. And you're talking about a builder. He clearly has built Christopher Newport into what it is today. He and his wife, Rosemary, I congratulate. We've entertained them, they entertained us, and we're, Norm and I are just so pleased with both of them, what they do, what they stand for, and what they have achieved. So, President Tribble, in light of your contributions to public service, congressperson, senator, president of the university, and your dedicated service to others, it's a great pleasure for me to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws. Congratulations.
This is your moment, so I will not stand and talk for long. But let me say at least this. I am profoundly honored to be recognized by this great university. And I'm so pleased that it's during the tenure of your extraordinary president and first lady. We have known each other since that first campaign in 1976. Let me say this. Rosemary and I cherish Norma and Bill Harvey's friendship, and may our precious Lord continue to bless you as you have blessed so many for so many years. And one final word. I wasn't much older than you are when I was elected to the United States Congress. People of Virginia took a great leap of faith. And I had the extraordinary opportunity to serve in the House and the Senate. And I hope that I made a difference during that time. But I came away convinced that the future of this world is not going to be shaped by great nation states or powerful parliaments or mighty armies, as important as those institutions are. Rather, this world is going to be shaped by each of us, and we change the world one person at a time. So lead, serve, love, and make this world a better place. May God bless you.
While Dr. Haysbert is going over there, and we are now at the point where we're going to confer your degrees, I want to take another moment of personal pleasure. I see sitting on the row with my wife are two of my children, Chris and Leslie. Our daughter Kelly is in the audience, and some of our grandkids, including the 3-year-old that Leslie is holding. And as some of you may know, Leslie also is a Hampton graduate. So you all that are there, all of you, I want you to know I love you. Now, will the graduating class of 2022 School of Business please stand? Class of 2022 School of Engineering, please stand. You may be seated. Will the graduating class of 2022 School of Journalism, please stand. Class of 2022 School of Liberal Arts and Education. Graduating class of 2022 School of Nursing. Will the graduating class of 2022 School of Pharmacy please stand? Some pharmacy, once we beat them in court, you're going to be more than that out here standing, okay? We going to beat them. Graduating class School of 2022 School of Science, please stand. Will the graduating class of 2022 Freddie T. David Honors College please stand? Will the graduating class of 2022 William R. Harvey Leadership Institute please stand? Will the graduating class of 2022 Graduate College please stand?
Will all undergraduates, class of 2022, please rise and don your hoods. I have the honor to present the candidates whose names appear on the approved list and who have met or proposed to meet all the requirements for graduation of degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science in their respective schools.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Hampton University Board of Trustees and by the Commonwealth of Virginia, I now confer upon you the degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto, in testimony whereupon the seal of the university has been affixed. Congratulations.
Will all undergraduates, class of 2022, move your tassels to congratulations, and you may be seated. Will the master's degree and specialist in education degree candidates please rise and don your hoods? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates whose names appear on the approved list and who have met all of the requirements for the degrees Master of Architecture, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Divinity, Master of Science, Master in Teaching, and Specialist in Education.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Hampton University Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Virginia, I now confer upon you the degrees of Master of Architecture, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Divinity, Master of Science, Master in Teaching, and Specialist in Education, with all of the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto, in testimony whereupon the seal of the university has been affixed. Congratulations.
You may be seated. For the doctoral candidates, master's candidates may be seated. Will the doctoral candidates please rise and don your hoods? Mr. President, I have the honor to present the candidates whose names appear on the approved list and who have met all requirements for the degrees the Doctor of Philosophy in Atmospheric Science, the Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, the Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling, the Doctor of Philosophy in Planetary Science, and the Doctor of Pharmacy, and the Doctor of Physical Therapy.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Hampton University Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Virginia, I now confer upon you the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Atmospheric Science, the Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, the Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling, Education, and Supervision, the Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management, the Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, the Doctor of Philosophy in Planetary Science, the Doctor of Pharmacy, and the Doctor of Physical Therapy, respectively, with all of the rights, privileges, honors pertaining thereto, in testimony whereupon the seal of the university has been affixed. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Good morning, good afternoon. Congratulations to the graduates of 2022. That was kind of lame, let's do that again. Thank you. My name is Gina Pemberton and I serve as the president of the National Hampton Alumni Association Incorporated. I'm a proud member of the class of 1998, which is also Quintessence 3. So I'm very happy here to induct you all into the Alumni Association. Will you please stand? Please repeat after me. We, the 2022 graduates of Hampton University, are conscious of our obligation to be both faithful followers and dependable leaders. With all other alumni of Hampton University, we commit ourselves to be worthy sons and daughters of our alma mater, to realize in ourselves her high standards of integrity and competence, to fulfill in ourselves her traditions of unselfish service to mankind, to contribute liberally of our energy and our substance to her continued upbuilding and support. And in the days and years that lie ahead, to meet with dignity and fortitude, whatever comes to us personally. Welcome to the Alumni Association.
To the only wise God, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now, henceforth, and forevermore. And as always, God, over your people, love, your joy, and your peace, your power, your protection, and your constant provision, your Holy Spirit, your holy anointing, and your holy presence that gives us all so much joy. Father, let it rest, let it rule, and let it abide in the lives of these, your precious children. In the name of the Christ we pray. Amen.